talked about this a little bit. LSU and Brian Kelly have identified their top 15 prospects in Louisiana. And we've constantly talked about this. And sneaky because, look, it's baseball season. You're in Hoover right now. A lot of things are going on. Not really the football season. But in case you miss it, because it did happen, and the news did break during the baseball game today or yesterday if you're listening back on the video. But Demarion Johnson, 6'2", 280-pound defensive lineman from Westgate, New Iberia, has committed to LSU. So let me tell you what's going on here. And this isn't fact. I mean, this isn't opinion. This is fact. LSU has identified their top 15 prospects in this class, and they're probably going to get – they might, maybe have one slip away. Maybe, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Brian Kelly has identified the top 15 prospects in this state and is going to get all of them. We talked about 2 weeks ago that the last time that happened, there was a guy by the name of Nick Saban who was here and did that in 2001. If you're able to get Wardell Mack, if you're able to get Dominic McKinley, if you're able to get some of these, Kobe Young and some others, I know I'm missing off a few. That is a full state. Joe Rogers, you are locking your state down. So that is also without going and possibly landing a guy like Colin Simmons, some of the offensive linemen that you're attempting to bring in here. And if you remember, and this is not a shot at Orgeron, but you remember the old saying that Orgeron used to have about recruiting? We're going to lock the state down, and we're going to go outside the state and get first-round picks. It's kind of what Brian Kelly's doing without even ever having to say it. It's everybody's game plan when they coach here. Lock the state down and go get recruits that you think are potential first-round picks from other states. Colin Simmons comes to mind. He's not the only one, but Colin Simmons comes to mind. It's interesting, man. What are you going to say about Brian Kelly? What will you say about Brian Kelly if he gets the top 15 guys that he wants? Not what 247 has him ranked, not what, for the love of God, On 3 has him ranked. Just got massive edition. Big fish. Anyway, what are you going to say if he gets all those dudes? Look, you got Kalaj Cobbins. You got the kid from Ruston, Ahmad Bro. I mean, now you go get this kid from Westgate, Dominic McKinley still out there, and you're in the driver's seat at the current moment for Colin Simmons. Just telling you, man. The one question we always had was, could Brian Kelly recruit? And to the current moment, as it sits, he's not doing a bad job. Now, when I look at Demarion Johnson, it's not as if that he didn't have a crap load of offers, because he did. He did have a crap load of offers. The 3-star, I might add. And I know it, when we posted, everybody's like, oh, he's a 3-star. Well, I mean, he did have a crap load of offers. As I look at him here, these are some of the teams that offered him. Auburn, Alabama, Oklahoma State, Colorado, LSU. It's a pretty damn good list. And when you have teams like that that are offering a kid in your state 9 times out of 10 that he could play. So now you got Trey'Dez Green. Now you have 16 commitments. Let's read them down. Trey'Dez Green, Maurice Williams, Kalaj Cobbins, Deshaun McBride, who, by the way, I told you was a top kid in the country. You didn't believe me. He's climbed all the way to the top 3 safety in the class. Quarterback in Kylan Hurley, Tavion Galloway, Jawan Johnson, Joseph Stone, Zion Ferguson, Devon Keys, Demarion Johnson, Kari Lee, Wallace Foster, Ahmad Bro, and Aaron Burrell. Oh, and by the way, you have some more commits coming. Because I do think that you sit in a really good position for Dominic McKinley. I think you sit in a good position for Wardell Mack. And by the way, Tylen Singleton, the linebacker from Manning, Louisiana, I feel really good about. So you have a potential, literally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The top 15 kids in the state that you wanted, you got. You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. It's sneaky. Not a lot of people are talking about LSU, but as I see it right now, I mean, I guess depending on what service you look at, they're number 5 team in the country again. And they're only going to get better in recruiting. They're only going to get more recruits. All right. Matthew Denicola. I do hope that I'm saying that right, but that's a cool last name. Denicola. Denicola sounds like a mafia member. You know? Matthew the Hands Denicola.